That's not fair. It's got to. And hello, everybody there on YouTube and Zoom. We're just giving folks a chance to come into the room over there on the dial pad meetings. So stay with us. This is Bishop Dr. Truman Berst with Good Shepherd Ministries, bringing you another Discoveries in Health discussions. We discuss natural remedies. We don't prescribe, we don't diagnose, and we're not here selling products. I get nothing from the sale of any product. Stay with us as we are about 4 minutes away from starting the broadcast over on Dialpad, and we're already on Zoom and YouTube. And if you'd like to join us on Dialpad over the telephone, you can do that and still be in Zoom and still be in YouTube. The telephone number to join the broadcast and ask questions and talk to me. My telephone number on this broadcast is 503-606-6064. That's 503-606-6064. And we're 3 minutes away and waiting for people to come into the room in the Dialpad meetings room. And the folks are already in the room on YouTube and over Zoom. Thank you for joining us. We're here every Thursday for 2 hours. And
this call may be recorded or transcribed.
Okay. And here we go. Thank you for joining us. And we're just getting started. And we are going to make sure we're recording. And we're going to come over and make sure that the microphones are muted so there's no echo. And we're, and let's see, it's okay, we're having the broadcast is having a difficult time. It looks like Dialpad is barely able to keep this broadcast up and going. It keeps giving me error messages that that it's having a difficult time connecting and staying connected here on Dialpad. I don't know why. Well, welcome to Discoveries in Health. Stay with us as we are just getting started and people are coming into the room over there on Dialpad meetings. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And okay, we're just about a minute or so away. We'll give it a couple of minutes give people a chance to come into the room, get a cup of herbal tea, put your feet up, and get ready to ask questions, suggest what we talk about, because this is a discussion. Every Thursday, we discuss natural remedies. We don't prescribe, we don't diagnose, we discuss natural remedies. And over in the dial pad meetings room, we will open up the microphones for people who have questions, topics, or suggestions. And again, we keep getting an error message from dial pad. It appears that they can barely keep this broadcast going. And maybe they need to add some more equipment, because we keep getting this error message, and we shouldn't be getting an error message, but it keeps popping up. So hopefully, as we go along here, we will be able to stay in the broadcast, keep doing the broadcast, because sometimes dial pad meetings is having a tough time producing or this broadcast. So we need to pray with them, pray for them, that they can solve their problems. And I want to thank everyone for coming into the dial pad meeting room. Thank you for joining us over Zoom and over YouTube. We are live in all those directions. We are making a video. If you'd like a copy of this video or any of the videos that we've made in the last 20 years, we still have the archives. They're all over on YouTube. So stay with us. We're just getting started. And Prophet Elijah will be coming into the room shortly, and we'll have an opening prayer. And at the end of the broadcast, we'll have a closing prayer. And then we'll open up all the microphones at the end of the broadcast. And we will all praise the Most High together. It's a beautiful thing. So where's Prophet Elijah? Where are you? I guess he'll be along here any minute. And this is Bishop Dr. Truman Berst, PhD. I'm a graduate ethnobotanist and a phytotherapist. I'm a graduate chartered herbalist, master herbalist, master of herbology. I'm an ordained minister and a certified bishop. And we don't seem to have a video going here on YouTube, and I wonder why that is. We might have to, let's see what's going on here. Why no YouTube video? I don't understand that. Let's get over here. Let's stop it. Let's turn it back on again. Well, I guess it is working. It just doesn't say it's working, but it is. Okay, all right. That's good to know that it says it's working anyway. And where is Prophet Elijah? Let's give him a call and so that we can get started here. But before we do, we'll give him a chance to come into the room while I give you my telephone number. My telephone number is 503-362-5899. That's 503-362-5899. My email address is Truman, Truman, Truman at herbalhealthreview.com. Like the website, herbalhealthreview.com, only with my name in front of it, Truman at herbalhealthreview.com. And so you've got my email address. Oh, the website is the website where all my work is published is herbalhealthreview.com. herbalhealthreview.com. And when you're on that website, you'll see an About tab that tells you all about the healthcare system. There's the common condition reports. There are all these reports about cancer, diabetes, heart disease. It's the natural remedies that may help you if you have heart disease, cancer, the flu, or any other health disorder. There are natural remedies that may help you, and they're listed under common conditions. And when you click on the common condition reports, then it brings up all this information. And if it's talking about a certain herb, you can click on it and you can order the product, and we get nothing from the sale of any product. But it's an efficient system that at least you know that you can get what we're talking about. There is somebody that does make it. Now, granted, we're the only ones, I'm the only one in America that has a system like this, because it's actually illegal for anybody else to do it. The FDA made it that way. And they told the federal judge that when they objected to this website with all this information linked to a manufacturer of the natural remedies, they objected, but the federal judge told them to leave it alone. Now that astounded the FDA. Now that makes us the only people in the United States that has a complete system where it gives you all the information. Then you have the option of looking at it, looking at a product that's available. And then you can get the size, or you can get the directions and dosage, and you can order it if you want to. But again, we get nothing from the sale of any product. Because if we did, according to the FDA, they get to arrest us and put us in jail. What we see here is a monopoly that should not exist. And it flies in the face of reason for the federal government to have the FDA with guns and badges pushing drugs and taking money for doing it. It's collusion. But there's a lot of things wrong that need to be fixed. And that's one of them, because that's not right. There shouldn't be a medical monopoly. It should be the medical industry embracing natural remedies and the two working together. What is wrong with people working together to help you instead of just pushing drugs and saying if a drug doesn't help you, you're supposed to die? That's not nice. That's evil. That's an evil thing. And that's what's going on, and it shouldn't be. And I complain about it, and I've been complaining about it for over 60 years. But what we see here is the pharmaceutical industry and the FDA are above the law and above reason. It's not right. So it's not all about your health. It's for the FDA, for the pharmaceutical industry, it's all about the money. It's all about their monopoly. We've got to change that, folks. We've got to change it. And that's, that's the way it is. We can't allow someone to say you have no choice. Drugs are all you can get, and those herbal guys better not say that those herbs are good for anything, because if they do, we'll arrest them. And that's exactly what they do. What's wrong with that evil picture, folks? Okay, you need to know about it. We need to do something about it. And now let's get back over into the room, and let's see if Prophet Elijah has come in, and he has. So Prophet Elijah's telephone number is 334-868-3881. That's right. People ask me all the time about Prophet Elijah because he's a wonderful prayer partner. And you should have his telephone number, 334-868-3881. I'm going to give you another telephone number you should have, but don't bother calling them because you should have their email address because they're not able to answer their phone right now. They're going through a growth period where they don't have anybody to answer the phone, but they're solving the problem. They are solving the problem because that's a terrible problem to have. But there's the thing about this is Health and Herbs. They're in Texas, in Baytown, Texas now. Their telephone number is 541-791-8400. But again, don't call it because they can't answer their phone. They don't have the staff right now, but they will. They're working on it, and they've got a solution for it, but it takes time to put it into place. So stay with them because it's the only manufacturer that manufactures the natural remedies I invented. But they've been so maltreated by the government, and this lockdown stuff hurt everybody, and it hurt them too. They're barely, they're still shipping, but they're just not able to answer the phone. So email them and email me if you need any help with your orders and so forth. I will help you at this time, although I don't get anything from the sale of any product, but if you call me and ask me to call them or talk to them, I will. I'll make sure that you get what you need. The telephone number is 541-791-8400, but their email address is healthherbs31@gmail.com. healthherbs31@gmail.com. They'll get their Gmail. And of course, my email address is Truman@herbalhealthreview.com. And Prophet Elijah's telephone number is 334-868-3881. Let's go over and visit with Prophet Elijah. My dear brother, Prophet Elijah, how are you today, sir?
Dr. Berst.
Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. Let's make sure that everybody...
I can hear you, but you're breaking up, going in and out.
Oh, okay, we got a... yeah, I think DialPad is barely able to make this conference work. And actually, they're not having very good success. This conference is plagued with audio problems. I keep getting a message across my screen that the connection is weak and so forth. You're still
breaking up. I can only hear bits and pieces.
Okay, I'm going to go out and come back in again, and let's see if we can fix this. Okay, I'm going to do that.
You're still breaking up.
All right, let's see if that worked. Okay, I did that. Now, okay, I muted and I unmuted. Is it still breaking up?
You still there?
Yes. Can you hear me now? No, you cannot. I'm still breaking up. So, folks, I'm gonna reboot. Go ahead.
Again.
In and out. I'm gonna reboot. I'm gonna go ahead and close this conference. Right, like that. I'm gonna end the meeting, and I'm gonna come back again. I'm gonna go. All right, and let's get over here. Let's go to here and come over and go back in again. And let's go in here.
This call may be recorded or transcribed.
Okay, now I'm back in again. No one is in the room. I am in the room alone, and no one is here. We had 9 people. There they come back. Prophet Elijah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you clear now.
Okay, but we're the only 2 people in the room. No one else came back in the room.
Oh, really?
Yes. So everybody else, when it didn't work, there comes someone back into the room again. And thank you for coming into the room. We will give other folks a chance to come back into the room. At least the audio is working at this point. And we got the camera on. I need to share the screen. When I do, it may take up more resources than Dialpad has. And it's working. And we're still waiting for folks to come back in the room. Sharing. So, okay. And go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Are you there? Prophet Elijah, can you hear me? And again, connection is experiencing difficulties connecting. Are you there, Prophet Elijah? Wow. Hello, Prophet Elijah, can you hear me? Okay, let's turn off the camera. I think that's exactly what's taking more resources now. It's not that we. Okay, in the meeting. Okay, disconnect me, and let's go back in again. Yeah. I got it. Okay. Meeting. Discoveries. And back into the meeting. Okay, folks, let's see. All right. And join the meeting.
This call may be recorded or transcribed.
And we're back into the meeting again.
I can hear you clear now.
Okay. Well, we don't have very many people in the meeting here, but we have people in the meeting over in Zoom and people in the meeting over in YouTube. So let's go ahead since it's now working. And although we don't have very many people in the dial pad room, I guess we need to get started. Okay, Prophet Elijah?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay, please give us an opening prayer, sir.
Proverbs 18:7. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. I give thanks to you, Father, for the breath of life and life worth living. Today, Dr. Berst and I are proud to make a proclamation. Our most high God is a consuming fire. He will destroy the evil ones and bring them down before his face. He will drive them out from among us and destroy them quickly. Upon the wicked, he will rain snares, fire, and brimstones, and harbor tempests. We proclaim that he makes them as a fiery oven in the time of his anger. He will swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. Thank you, Father, for making your ministers a flame of fire for Discoverers in Health, Good Shepherd Ministries, Better Health Earth, and Word of Life Ministries, and in the lives of the audience, we proclaim blessing. We bind and loose in earth what is bound and loosed in heaven. We command the devil forces to destroy them. So by the blood of Jesus Christ, we take dominion over Satan's own doorways to demons. We come against the king and against the forces of evil. We exercise in kingdoms. We use our tactics and weapons of war against the enemy. So be it.
So be it. All praises to the Most High. Well, Prophet Elijah, what's on your mind today, sir? Do you hear me, Prophet Elijah?
Well, what's on my mind today is the word gluttony. I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, you said it was, what's on your mind is the word, but I didn't get the word, sir.
Break it up again.
Uh-oh. How can we do this?
I said, no, I was saying the word gluttony. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Maybe if I turn off the camera, we'll use less resources. And now do you hear me?
I can hear you clear now.
Yes, I had to turn off the camera. So we're on audio only, but at least a dial pad can handle that. But they're not handling the full resources. I cannot run my camera at the same time, and it's too many resources being used for the dial pad system. Anyway, that being said, we are in the room, and we are. You said that there was something on your mind today, and please express that topic. What was that topic, sir?
Gluttony. Gluttony, that's the topic we're talking about today.
All right.
And the similarity between gluttony and drunkenness. Think of gluttony as getting drunk from food.
Yes.
But think about it.
Yes.
How do you feel after stuffing yourself from eating a heavy meal? Do you feel lethargic, sleepy? The Bible itself lumps drunkenness and gluttony together in Proverbs 23 and 21 says, for drunkards and gluttonous become full and drowsiness, clothe them with rags. Alcohol.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm sorry. We had an open mic there and I had to close it. Go ahead.
But alcohol and food have a profound effect on your mental state. Alcohol has a depressive effect and lowers your inhibitions. Certain foods have a chemical makeup that can either make you feel calm or more mentally alert, depending on the food. While the Most High God created food for you to enjoy and allows you to drink wine, moderation is key. The problems come when both are done in excess and you are unable to control yourself. So why is gluttony a sin? The root word of gluttony means to go. How fitting. Many people eat as fast as they can to get to the mental effects the food would bring them. Many use food to self-medicate themselves. Gulping down your food causes indigestion, bloatedness, which comes and brings stress to your body. Also, drinking and eating cause your food to digestion to missteps. Is that true of you, those who are listening today? After exercise and eating, when your stomach is stressed and aching, you feel overwhelmed with shame and guilt and regret. Gluttony is described as excessive eating, drinking, and indulgence, and also covers greed. Gluttony, a lack of self-control. It's easy to be a gluttonous in a different society where everything at your fingertips and where there is more than plenty of what the heart desires. To make matters worse, gastronomic temptations are convenient and constantly before our faces on the daily, if not hourly, based in the form of sweets, being brought to the workplace, people overindulging and drinking while eating. The root of gluttony is a lack of self-control. And our self-discipline is tested every time we see an advertisement for any product, especially food and drink. In James chapter 1, verse 14 says, add sightlessful. Each one is tempted when he is drawn away by his own desires and enticed. The responsibility for our action is upon each of us individually. In verse 15 is continued. Then when desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it is full grown, brings forth death. This is the process that leads to gluttony and to death. Gluttony adversely affects our character in all areas of self-control, exhausting us of perseverance for good and draining us of the resistance of evil. Speaking from first-hand experience, Solomon warns, when you sit down to eat with a ruler, consider careful what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are a man given to appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for they are deceptive food. That's Proverbs chapter 23, verse 1 and 3. A person given an appetite has little or no willpower to resist his excessive craving. He will do anything for the object of his excessive desire. The Most High God considered gluttony a character trait of an evil person. And so he tells us in Proverbs 23:20 to avoid those who eat and drink too much. Do not mix with wine bibbers or with gluttonous eaters of meat. This verse, meat represents food in general sense. Meat pertain and partaken to the meal usually indicates substantially filled meals. Since associated with gluttons could entice you to eat too much, it is wise to avoid close association with them, as with any willing sinning person. Familiarity with sin robs us of only wears and tears us down. We are to enjoy the beauty, the benefits, and the bounty of creation. However, when it comes to overeating, it is clear that too much of the good things is a bad thing. Gluttony, let's call our reckless overeating by its proper name, is dangerous and damaging. Sadly, it is also an epidemic proportions in the world today. In the United States alone, there are nearly 4 million individuals who weigh more than 300 pounds. There are nearly 1/2 million of most men who weigh in at nearly 400 pounds. The average adult female now weighs more than 160 pounds. These are astonishing numbers and frightening. Of even greater concern are the trend line when it comes to obesity, the necessary consequences of overeating. Sin is the necessary consequence of overeating. One of the depressing areas of overeaters is that they no longer even enjoy the food being eaten. Too often, they finish their meal without even having taken note of the pleasure of the food that the Father has provided for them, or their eating is purely carnal. This is, of course, one of the major causes and causes of overeating, eating without thinking. We should eat slowly and savor the taste of each bite, working with the saliva to take nutrients to build the immune system. The saliva replaces drinking water, soda, and tea, and taking time to recognize the Most High God's gift. In this way, we will feel full before we overeat. We will be sated or satisfied. Some people overeat because they have given up. Why should I just keep eating? I'm already fat. I'm so fat, no one's going to ever love me anyway. Our society breeds such self-contempt for our bodies. We have created a culture in which young women and men are confronted with impossible body ideas, and so are left feeling that they are ugly and fat even if they are perfectly normal. Already thinking that they are fat and ugly, they overeat because what difference does it make anyway? They are sad and lonely, and because of their negative body images, they don't believe they deserve to think any different. There are those who overeat in reaction to an emotional hurt. When someone says or does something to hurt another, they eat to make themselves feel better. They eat in response to anxiety, emotional stress. The prophet Ezekiel said of Sodom, look, this was the iniquity of your sister Sodom. She and her daughter had pride, fullness of food, and abundance of idleness. Neither did she strengthen the hand of the poor and needy, and they were halted and committed abomination before me. Therefore, I took them away as I saw fit. Did you notice that pride was listed first, with food, indulgence, and second? Here was that list again: pride, fullness of food, abundance of idleness, not strengthening the hand to the poor or the needy, haughtiness, arrogance, contempt for others, commit abomination before the Most High God, such as eating swine and eating food offered to idols. You might ask, what is wrong with being full of food? While nothing is wrong with eating this to satisfaction, the Sodomites ate and to excess as a lifestyle. As a result, they became self-absorbed, indulgent, and lazy. They were consumed with sensual pleasure. Did you know that certain foods are aphrodisiac, creating sexual desires and stimulate? They did not care about others, spending their time and resources only to please themselves, not helping the poor and needy with the abundance they had. These habits destroy our health and interfere with our ability to think soberly and make wise decisions. They also leave us more vulnerable to enemy attacks. 1 Peter 5:8 says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Here is a prayer for all who suffer from a spirit of gluttony to overcome it. Heavenly Father, you promise that your people who are called by your name, when they humble themselves, pray, seek your face, and turn from our wicked ways, you will hear from heaven and forgive our sin and heal our land. We thank you for giving us such a great and precious promise by which we can escape the corruption in the world and affect our nation. We are your children, the righteousness of the Most High God through Jesus Christ. We humble ourselves today in this prayer, recognizing that we serve one greater than ourselves. We love you, and you deserve all of us. Our body and our spirit belongs to you. Jesus brought us for you at a high cost indeed. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which you have of the Most High God, and you are not your own, for you are bought with a price. Therefore glorify the Most High God in your body and in your spirit, which is the Most High God. 1 Corinthians 6:19-20. We're living to hear you say that those wonderful words once we cross the finish line. Well done, good and faithful child. Enter into the joy of your Father. Jesus Christ is our compassionate high priest. So I come to you in Jesus' name, confessing my sin of gluttony, lust for food, and has captured me. But I do not want to be like a sodomite. I do not want to be selfish, so focused or indulgent my flesh that I ignore the poor and hurting people around us. I renounce the spirit of gluttony. I take any thought captive in my mind that deceive me into thinking that gluttony is harmless. It is not harmless. It hurts me, and it hurts others who are counting on my help. It is a wicked habit, a destructive habit. It destroys my health and keeps me trapped in cycles of shame and guilt. Open my eyes as to what this habit has cost me. What is it costing me now? And what it will cost me in the future if I don't change this now? Gluttony is my enemy. Show me the foods that are hijacking my brain. Give me courage to kick them out of my life and replace them with foods that are healthy and taste good, but don't hijack my brain. I submit all emotional pain to you for healing. My heart desire is that you heal me, heal our nation, so that the people in our land turn their hearts back to you. Remember, prayer is a monologue. It's not a monologue, but it's dialogue. That means there are two parts to prayer. speak to the Most High God and what you speak to yourself, that's you. That's it, Dr. Berst.
All praises to the Most High. Thank you so much
All praise.
for all praises to the Most High. My dear brother, wow. And folks, I want you to stay tuned. At the end of the broadcast, Prophet Elijah will be with us throughout the broadcast, as I hope you will as well. But at the end of the broadcast, he will give us a closing prayer. Then we will open the microphones so that we can all praise the Most High together, which is a wonderful thing. So that's what we're doing here. We're praising and we're worshiping and we're thanking the Most High. We're talking about natural remedies. And these natural remedies, these are the remedies spoken of in the Bible. In the Bible, they're not talking about drugs. They're talking about food. And food is your medicine, and your medicine is your food. And that's why the Most High had me create a report called the Make Lifestyle Changes Report. The Make Lifestyle Changes Diet System. And because it's the foundation of what we're doing. If someone has any kind of a health disorder, it behooves them to get their diet right. You can't be gluttonous, you can't overeat, you can't eat the wrong things unless you want the wrong things to happen to you. But a lot of people don't know what to eat and which are the foods and remedies that will boost up their immune system and make them strong and powerful and have the energy to do things that they figured when they got really old, in their 80s and so forth, that, they're not going to be able to enjoy. So many people cannot enjoy their grandchildren and their great grandchildren. And some people never get to enjoy their grandchildren or their great grandchildren at all. And it shouldn't be. We need a diet to stand on, a diet that's going to build us up, a diet that's going to increase your immune system, a diet that's going to let you choose the diet plan and the meal plans and the recipes. You get to choose all of that. And then there's an acid alkaline food chart so that it helps you to choose foods that are more alkaline. If you have cancer, then you need about a 75% alkaline diet to destroy the cancer, because the cancer can't stand an alkaline diet. It lives on an acid diet. So we need to keep the body 75% alkaline. If there's cancer, if everything is normal, then you want about a 60%. About 60% of your food should be alkaline forming food rather than acid forming food. And all of that is in the Make Lifestyle Changes report. It gets you, it gets you focusing on what's going to make you strong, give you energy, and foods that are going to drag you down and give and take your energy away from you. They're going to be gone out of the diet. And pretty soon what happens is you automatically want the foods that you used to avoid because they weren't sweet enough, they they didn't have enough sugar in it, or they didn't have enough dairy in it, or whatever it is. No, you finally find that you like eating the foods that are delicious: nuts, seeds, berries, live food. This is what's going to nourish you. And again, don't be gluttonous, like Prophet Elijah said. We eat until we're satisfied. Until we you don't, just because it was a great meal, you don't need to stuff yourself. No, you don't need to stuff yourself. If you if you want more, put it in a to-go bag so you can have some another time. But you don't have to eat it all right then, just because it's great food. And we're gonna and throughout the holidays, that's the deal. Everybody is tempting you to have all this sugary, all this soda pops, all these things that don't have any value to it, but they taste great. They look great. People don't say, is it nourishing? They ask you if it tastes good. It's how it tastes and how it looks. It's not how nutritious it is. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right. There's an open mic there in Florida, and there's an open mic there over there in North Carolina. Did you have a question, a topic, or a suggestion in North Carolina? No? Okay, that's all right. And for the folks out there in the audience there in dial pad, and the folks over there on YouTube and Zoom, you can call the telephone number 503-606.
Greetings,
6064.
Truman.
Greetings, Sister Barbara.
Greetings, Prophet Elijah.
Greetings.
This is my lane. What Prophet Elijah spoke about. Healthy eating and excessive drinking, which you two was talking about. Because the Bible do say eat clean and unclean food. It does say be sober-minded. I'm working with a lot of humanity with this here weight thing. All body structure can be different. It's the body mass. And it's horribly bad what's going on. And I'm gonna personally say this. I thought I'm a petite woman, thought I had a wonderful build until I went to my doctor. He said I'm overweight. I said, are you kidding me? He said, your body mass is not matching up. And it wasn't. You have small bones, you have big bones. It is horribly for everyone to look at their bone structure. It is so vital for that. And for the obsessive eating, I didn't look big. I had a nice build, but I was overweight. How about that? My body mass didn't match up with how much I weighed. Oh, okay. I had to come on your YouTube, come in your conference and learn and cry out how to eat healthy, how to drink water. I am sober-minded over 30 years, because that's critical too.
Yes.
Prophet Elijah, I said it all. I can close this phone because I got it all. And that's the truth that can and will break the non-believer's back. I thank you too. I thank you, and kudos to you too. Peace.
All praises to the Most High. Thank you, Sister Barbara. Diet is important, and correcting your weight is going to make you feel better. You're going to be healthier. Medical doctors will even tell you that if your body is being filled with things that it can't process, but you like them. People are eating what they like. They're not eating what their body likes. They're eating what they emotionally need, but they're not eating what the body needs. We got to get in touch with what gives us energy, what makes us feel better, what keeps us at our optimum weight so that we feel good and that we're strong and we're not trying to, you know, we're not got that extra few pounds to lug around, because all of these make a big difference. Because the better your health is, the better your diet is, the stronger you're going to stay, the longer you're going to be healthy. But when we're overweight, when we're not drinking enough water, and there's all kinds of people give me all kinds of reasons why they're not drinking enough water. Like, I'm busy, I'm working.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No. I got a lot of compliments on my weight. It was what they Prophet Elijah said, false pride. That was false pride, because someone else might be able to weigh a certain way. I was not. I'm a petite woman. That was my false pride. And when I started losing it on your YouTube, I started losing it. They thought something was wrong with me, but I was going back to where I was supposed to be. Yes. Not where people want me to be. It was my false pride.
And when you dropped a few pounds, did you feel better?
You taught me. I felt like I could fly. I felt like I could touch the sky.
Yes.
That's the way I felt.
Yes.
By learning from you, Prophet Elijah, Dr. Miles, and all of that, I just kept running.
Yes.
And make sure I get what I need to feel better.
Yes.
You know what? I'm a senior, and I feel like I can fly most of the time.
Oh, praises to the Most High. Well, that's it takes a discipline to do what you should do when you have these temptations that says, oh, why don't you just have an extra dessert, or this, but it's a discipline, isn't it? It is a discipline. And we need to get in touch with that. And it's not a hard discipline, but the discipline pays off. It pays off because you feel better.
Yes, it is. And I deal with a lot of people say, I'm just gonna pray over it. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna let God fix it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. All praises to the Most High. So yes. So that's the thing. So the point is, you got to start somewhere. Start with your diet, but you don't have to just start on the diet and ignore, the other things that you need. If you've got arthritis, you got to use things that are going to be good for arthritis. If you've got the high blood pressure, you've got to get the diet right, but you've got to also work with the things, and you don't do one and then do the other. No. That's not going to work. The more you do right, the better things are going to work. The more you do wrong, the less things are going to work until it finally piles up and something breaks. And that's the problem, is that people are getting this drug, that drug, the other drug, which is not curing anybody. But the problem is getting worse. Then other problems start hooking on, and other problems start hooking on. Pretty soon you got so many problems, and because you're getting one drug after another drug, and it just leads you down a path where you think you're going to rely on the drugs. You cannot rely on drugs. Now, you can rely on nutrition. You can rely on natural remedies that are giving you real support, but you cannot rely on drugs. So we start with a good diet, then we focus on what's wrong.
Sorry, Dr. Truman. Yeah. I am so sorry. But I need to put this testimony out here.
Yes, ma'am.
I need to put it out, and I don't have a problem. My dear loving mother, who passed on, was a diabetic. My family was feeding her The doctor told them stop feeding her all that food. My beloved mother went into a diabetic coma to no return. You all are telling the truth, and that's the honest God. The doctors are talking. Don't do that. My mother passed over. That's hurtful.
Yes. Yes.
She kept eating. She kept eating. They let her keep eating. They said she's older. Let her eat what she wanted to eat. No. She went into a diabetic coma to no return.
Yeah. And that happens.
And I'm
that happens.
putting that out here for everybody to listen to that, because that's important when testimony comes to you all, because everybody needs to hear it. We all got to look at ourselves. We all.
Yeah. Well, we could all do better. We can all do better, but we need to be good enough to start making a difference. So I encourage you to work on your diet. I encourage you to look at that Make Lifestyle Changes diet system. I encourage you to look at the herbalhealthreview.com website with all the reports. And if you've got high blood pressure, let's look at things that will help the high blood pressure. If you've got kidney problems, let's look at the things that's going to help the kidneys. And there's a strange thing that happens, by the way. A lot of people who have high blood pressure have kidney problems. A lot of people who have kidney problems have high blood pressure, but they never put the two together. They work on the kidneys. When the kidneys hurt, then they work on the high blood pressure, and they never work on the two together, and they keep bouncing back and forth. And they can't understand why they can't get over the kidney problem or the high blood pressure problem when they're not working on them both at the same time. We need to address the issues. We need to work on all the issues all at the same time. That's, you've got 4 flat tires. You can't just tell them only fix 2. No, that's not going to work. You need all 4 flat tires fixed or you're going nowhere. So that's what we're talking about here, is let's get to the basics. Let's get the diet right. Let's look at what is wrong. Let's go on that website, fill out that member intake form that comes directly to me so that I can give you a consultation and help you to understand the options that you have so you can make better decisions about things, natural remedies that may help you. That's all this is. It's not that hard. And once you get started feeling better and better and better and better, you're going to keep looking at, wow, hey, I used to have arthritis, but I don't anymore. And et cetera. I can say that. I used to have horrible arthritis. My father had arthritis. My mother had arthritis. My arthritis is gone. The older I get, the stronger I get. And that's because I continue to discipline myself to have a good diet, and I work on the issues that are plaguing me, like arthritis, and any other thing. If I feel like I'm not getting enough magnesium, most people aren't getting enough magnesium, and they don't get enough of the certain nutrients that their body requires. Now, having all this education and 60 years experience, I know.
Dr. Truman.
Yes,
Dr. Truman.
Yes,
I don't want to go past that intake, because that's how I got better.
Yes.
I built out that intake form for you and Prophet Elijah to help me, because I was suffering. And if I did it on my own, I don't know if I would have been where I'm at today. That intake was worth it. All that money I was spending on other things. Come on now. I need to live, not to die.
This is true. We need to eat. We need to eat to live not live to eat.
That's right. That intake form is well worth it. That's how you and Prophet Elijah came as one armed army to help me, and I kept helping others.
So
Thank you.
okay. Thank you, Barbara, for pointing that out, because yes, we don't want to just skip by the member intake form, because the member intake form is your opportunity to click on that member intake form, open it up, and then give me a full report. You can tell me everything that's wrong and everything you wish would get fixed, and then I can point the way. Because a lot of people say, I didn't know that you could do that. I didn't know that there was a system that you could fill out a form and get all the information back on all the things that are available to fix. People say, I never heard of such a thing. And the reason they never heard of it, because it's been illegal until I did it. And it's illegal for anybody else to do it except me, because I'm the only one that defeated the federal government in court. And that was the Most High. The Most High defeated the FDA in court. And that's, so the thing about it is the member intake form. It's an online form. You fill it out, it gives you your chance to finally tell somebody who knows what to do to point the direction and the things that could help you. And then you get started. And then once you get started, then you start seeing results. And you're coming on this broadcast, and you say, okay, Truman, what if a person you can't ask me about yourself, because that's illegal in America, because that would upset the medical monopoly. And we don't want to upset the medical monopoly, and they won't let you upset the medical monopoly. They will do evil things to you.
My doctor,
Go ahead.
my doctor was proud of me. My doctor was very proud of me. He said, whatever you doing, keep doing it. I said, I'm eating healthier now, Doc. My doctor was so proud of me. He brought all the people in to hear my testimony of eating healthy and at the hospital.
And that's very important, because so many doctors don't. If you tell them you're taking some natural remedies and you're feeling better, they don't even want you to be a patient anymore. They throw you out. They kick you out of the hospital. But there are other doctors, like Barbara's doctor, who is open-minded, who understands that that's not the end of the game. As a matter of fact, we have a lot of medical doctors that take natural remedies because they know better, but they can't tell their patients about it, because they'll lose their license.
He said to me that he doesn't have to up my medicine. I'm just about off the medication. He's so proud of me. That's what he said.
Now
and a lot of doctors are saying that.
And folks, that's a good doctor.
You got good doctors, you got bad doctors. You got good people, you got bad people.
That's right. And that's really important too. You just can't say all doctors. You can't say all herbalists are bad. You know, it's an individual thing. It's always going to be an individual thing. But the main thing is that Barbara has a doctor that listens, that cares, truly cares, tries to, and is willing to say, fine, use what works for you. I'm here to help you if you need me. Now that's the kind of doctors we need. We need doctors open-minded.
I also, before I came to you, had an herbalist person. Mm-hmm. I wasn't getting better because that herb was tainted. It was watered down. I said, this ain't working. Mm-hmm. You got bad herbalists. You're the best. You are probably the best I had yet. It proves itself. And I mean that. There's a lot of bad herbalist doctors out here. Mm-hmm.
Well, there's evil in high places and evil all over the place. But the thing
Well,
about
that's
it
what
is,
I said.
yes,
But I need to identify.
yes,
I need to identify. It is true that there are bad and good of
Oh, yeah.
everything.
that's a
Mhm.
fact. That's a fact. So the main thing here is we're talking about making improvements. We're talking about not being gluttonous, and eating too much, even if it's great food. You don't want to stuff yourself and stuff yourself. No, you want to eat until you're nourished, and then you want to fill out that member intake form if you've got any kind of a health issues that you'd like addressed, that you'd like more information on, and that's what it's there for. This is a ministry, and it's a membership, and we get nothing except the only thing that we survive on here is a donation. So if you're out going buying products and so forth, that's great. But if you'd like us to continue to be here, to continue to be available to help people when they need it, when they need us, we need your support, because that's all we get is a donation, and we do not get enough donations. And in the last 60 years, we did not get enough donations to grow and help more people. I still, after 60 years, I do not have an assistant. No one is helping me. I'm the Lone Ranger, and if I'm backed up, then that's all I can do. I can only do as much as I can do. Well, a phone line is open there in Florida. Did you have a question, a topic, or a suggestion in Florida?
Yes, Dr. Truman, this is Brother Victor.
Yes, sir.
I have a friend that having prostate problem and stomach issues. What's recommended?
Well, I can't.
Like that.
Well, I can't recommend anything for your friend, but I can talk about stomach issues, and what else is going on with
prostate problem,
prostate and stomach issues. Well, again, I can't. If I answered your question according to the government, I'm supposed to go to jail. So you really can't ask me what's good for your friend, but you can ask me what's good for a person who has prostate and a person who has stomach issues. So we can discuss it. So we'll discuss it as a topic, as a discussion, but not as something for your friend. I can't do that because I don't want to break the law. Even though it's an evil and stupid law, they'll put me in their evil, stupid prison, and I don't want to do that.
I understand.
Okay, so so to answer the question about prostate, okay, let's go do that, okay, for you, and whatever the stomach issues may be, if it's poor digestion, if it's that they're not having, if it's that they're not, their bowel movements aren't soft. See, there's all kinds of things that could be going on here. And unless they fill out the member intake form, I really don't have, that's not enough information to go on to deal with the stomach issue. But let's deal with the prostate. What's generally good for prostate? Let's go over to common conditions on the herbalhealthreview.com website. And when we're on common conditions on the herbalhealthreview.com website, we're going to go over here and mute this phone in Florida right now for the moment. And we're going to go over here, and I'm clicking on common conditions over on the dial pad meetings. And so now I'm on dial pad meetings, and I'm going down to, I've clicked on the website, herbalhealthreview.com. And when I clicked on the website, herbalhealthreview.com, I clicked on common conditions. And after I clicked on common conditions, I went down A, B, C, D until I got to P for prostate. Because this is the research that I did regarding prostate. Now, I'm going to say this again. A hidden problem with the prostate is that very often it has a lot to do with the kidneys. So the kidneys are not cleansing and detoxifying. And all of a sudden you've got all these prostate issues, and then you're trying to work on the prostate, but you don't realize that the kidneys aren't detoxing well enough, and it's contributing to the prostate issue. But when you're looking at prostate, you want to know that the majority of men who consult urologists do so because of some kind of impairment of the urinary flow. Okay, so there it is, the urinary flow. If there's some impairment with the urinary flow, that has to do with the kidneys. Now, in the group under 45 years of age, this is usually due to frequently an infection of the prostate gland. In men over 45, the cause is often benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, brought about by an abnormal but non-malignant proliferation of cells and tissues of the gland. Eventually, urethral obstruction leads to urinary retention, kidney, bladder damage. Then infection, and when the prostate becomes too large, it presses it presses against the urethral canal. This interferes with normal urination and backs up in the kidneys. Kidneys become damaged by both the pressure and the contaminated urine. This is when bacterial infection will set in. Antibiotics are needed to kill the bacteria, the bacterial infection. All men over the age of 45 should have a prostate examination every 3 years. So what's going to help? What are the options? Well, there's colloidal silver water, and the water is expensive. It's $60 a quart. So about 40 years ago, I invented a little box that makes colloidal silver water, and instead of $60 a quart, you can make a gallon for about $1.50. All you need is a gallon of distilled water and that little box that makes it. The little box never breaks down and wears out. It's good forever. The little box is called a generator. It's a colloidal silver water generator. And when taken freely, any all bacterial, viral, or fungus, or other infection, you drink it. You might just do it once a day, twice a day. You just keep sipping on that colloidal silver water until the infection is gone. And you use herbs like echinacea, golden seal, poke root, and cayenne put together. That's a great natural antibiotic. So that's what I called it, is I called it anti-bio. Government said, you can't say that. You see, they're always there. They don't want you to have a clue about how that any of these herbs have any value. And they keep saying they have no value. They're evil. They lie, they cheat, and they steal, and they murder. And they do it. They do it every day. And they get away with it every day because we let them get away with it every day. So there's a list over there in the Common Conditions Report on herbalhealthreview.com is a whole list of natural antibiotics. Because you want to use, if you're using an antibiotic like colloidal silver water, you only want to use it for a couple of weeks, and then you want to switch over to something else. Like the number 1018, what I used to call anti-bio, now it's called anti-bio, like your aunt, A-N-T-I-E, A-U-N-T-I-A, anti-bio. That's the name that finally wound up. It had about 3 or 4 different name changes. The government likes to do that. It came in when I used to own the manufacturing, which I don't now. I own nothing, and I sell nothing, and I get nothing from the sale of any product. But I invented that box, and to make colloidal silver water. And the box is like about $90 retail, and you can get it for about $75 with your discount from the manufacturer, one of those generators. It will never break. If it does, you send it back to the manufacturer, they fix it and send it back to you because it's guaranteed for life. That colloidal silver water is so powerful, you can splash it in your eyes, it will get rid of any eye infection. You put it in your ears, it will get rid of any ear infection. You put it in your nose, it gets rid of any sinus infection. If you had an abscessed tooth and your jaw was all swollen up, you hold the colloidal silver water in your mouth and the abscessed tooth clears up, goes away, and then the dentist can fix your tooth. And oh, it's the very best thing you ever used on a burn. I had a burn so bad once, I burned my thumb and it was all shriveled up and all burned up because I got my thumb in the way there I lifted a lid of boiled water, and my thumb was underneath there, and my thumb got the blast of all the boiling water, and it just shriveled up my thumb. Man, did that hurt. So I took some colloidal silver water, soaked a cloth in it, wrapped around my thumb. The pain went away entirely, immediately. I went from holding my breath to letting my breath out. I couldn't believe it didn't hurt. So I took the rag off. Oh, the pain came right on back. Put that cloth, it was a washcloth, it was soaked in colloidal silver water. I put it back on. The pain went away. So I went shopping because I didn't have any pain. I felt great as long as that colloidal silver water was on that all burned up thumb. No problem. I went shopping, came back. I took the cloth back off again. The pain came back. I put it back on. I left that cloth on for 4 hours, and all the pain went away and never came back. And I've got an open mic, and let me find out who it is that's mic is open. I don't see it. I don't see it. Well, it's right over there. Okay, there we go. We've closed that mic. And the thing is, after 4 hours, I was able to take the colloidal silver water soaked cloth off of my thumb was ugly. Looked really bad. No pain, none, zero. I forgot about it. I made dinner, went to bed, forgot about it because it quit hurting. It was just ugly, but it didn't quit hurting after 4 hours. I woke up the next morning. I looked at my thumb, and man, it was ugly, burned up thumb, and the flesh was just ugly on it. No pain, none. I never ever had any more pain until that thumb just healed up all by itself, and the proud flesh that got all burned up fell off, and the new flesh came, and there was no scar, nothing. Just my thumb was happy, got new flesh on it, and that's what I think of colloidal silver water. It's fantastic. Everybody should have a colloidal silver water generator. It's one of the greatest things you can use for any virus. It kills any virus. And when I lived in Jamaica, people would come and knock on my door and say, they're sick over here, they got the flu, and I'd hand them a jug of colloidal silver water for free, and I gave away a lot of colloidal silver water because I had a generator, and I just kept getting the distilled water, $1.50 a gallon. That made the colloidal silver water, instead of $60 a quart or $240 for a gallon, it cost me like $1.50, and I could help everybody all over Jamaica, giving them free colloidal silver water. I was a hero. It was cool. And it helped a lot of people and a lot of babies. You see,
Dr. Truman,
go ahead.
could you do me a favor and put me an order in for the colloidal silver water machine? I want another one.
Okay. I will let them know, Sister Barbara, and because I know, and once I had a lady come to me one time, Sister Barbara, and that lady came to me and she said, I've had a colloidal silver water now for about 20 years, but I need another one. And I said, well, why do you need another?
I really need 5, but I'm gonna go one at a time.
Okay.
I believe in charity.
Okay.
My son first.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this for my son.
Yes. All right. Okay. So anyway, so the colloidal silver water generator box never wears out, guaranteed for life. And it's like about $90 retail. You get it for about $75 with your discount from Health and Herbs. And their email address is healthherbs31@gmail.com. But anyway, once you get it, if anything goes wrong with it, and the only thing that can go wrong with it is it runs on 3 batteries. It's portable. I've taken it all over the world, sterilized the water. When I get to any country and they give me a jug of their water, I put those silver rods down into a glass of water, and in 5 minutes, if there was any bacteria, fungus, or virus in the water, it kills it in 5 minutes. It kills any bacteria, virus, or fungus in a glass of water in 5 minutes. Then you can drink the water, even if you went to Mexico. So that's what I do. I make sure that whatever water I'm getting from the marketplace, even though it may still have bacteria, fungus, or virus in it from that country, that silver rods in a glass of water in 5 minutes, you can drink the water. So anyway, that's how valuable it'll get rid of 650 different diseases. Read the report. Go ahead.
I don't need to fill out another intake form because I already did, right?
Well, if you've got new things going on that you
no,
want.
I don't have any new things. I'm ordering it.
Okay.
With someone.
Okay.
No.
Then you can. No. Yeah. So yeah, you don't need one if you don't have any new things going on. But sometimes people will send me back their member intake form and add some things to it and so forth. But
but could you let Health and Herb know because I know you said that they was real busy and that we could talk to you as long as we filled out that intake form, which is so vital.
Yes.
And I see it.
Yes, no, but I've made it, I have made a note here that Barbara needs a generator.
Yes.
Okay, I did it. I made myself a note.
Thank you.
All right, bless you, sister. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Barbara is an earth angel. She helps everybody. She has so many people that she has helped. She just goes around helping people. She goes around letting them know, you know, hey, you got this problem. Well, maybe this might help you. And then and that's an earth angel. She goes around doing that because she's just a dear person. So now we talked about things. We talked about things. We're talking about prostate. Now, the colloidal silver water generator was one of the things it's a natural antibiotic. And when you look at the colloidal silver water generator, if you look at that report, that's under miscellaneous information on the website herbalhealthreview.com, and you go down there and you look at colloidal silver water, nature's natural healer, you read that report, it's going to tell you in that report all the things it does, and it's going to say the colloidal silver water will get rid of over 650 diseases that they know of. That's why you need one. That's why everybody needs one. Keep it around. I splash it on my face after I shower. I splash it in my eyes, on my face. It's even a deodorant because it gets rid of bacteria. You can splash it under your arms. But that's colloidal silver water. So that's one of the things that would be good against any kind of infection going on in the body or on the body. Then the next thing you want to know about is besides the colloidal silver water generator. And by the way, when you drink the colloidal silver water, then after you're done drinking the colloidal silver water, maybe you've been drinking it for like a couple of weeks, and you're drinking 4 ounces a day, just kind of sipping on it, you know, and that's sterilizing your mouth and it's sterilizing your stomach and your throat because it's getting rid of any bacteria, virus, or fungus. How it does it? It penetrates those cells, that virus, that fungus, that bacteria. That colloidal silver water is a submicroscopic particle of silver carrying an electric charge, and it's swimming around in the water there, and it's looking. When it finds one, it's magnetically attracted to it because it carries a positive charge, and the bacteria, virus, and fungus carries a negative charge, and it just pulls it right to it. And then it penetrates that cell, disables the oxygen, and those cells die. And that's the only thing it does. It does no harm to the human body, does nothing to the human body except rid you of an infection. That's all the water does. But it also is getting rid of the good bacteria. So that's why when you get done with any time using the colloidal silver water, after you're done, then you want to take acidophilus. And there's one that's called 1050 on the website, betterhealthherbs.com. That website, that's the website that carries the products that I invented and get nothing from, because the FDA said that that's the way they wanted it.
And the wonderful thing about you, Dr. Truman, I had to call Prophet Elijah to pray for me. He prayed with me all the time until I got better. It works together as one.
All praises to the Most High. And that's another important thing, folks. We need to remember that we are mind, body, spirit. If you got a health disorder, you gotta work on your spirit. You got to work on your body. You got to work on your mind. You can't neglect them. They're all hooked. Everything's working together here. The prostate is working with the kidneys. The kidneys are working with the prostate. So we get herbs like we get things like the colloidal silver water, and we go through a course of that. That's going to get rid of a lot of junk that you want to get rid of. But at the same time, now after you're done, you want to make sure you have plenty of friendly acidophilus probiotics. Let's get them into the diet. But it doesn't make sense to put probiotics in your body while you're taking the silver water, because it's just you're wasting your money. But when you quit taking the colloidal silver water or any natural antibiotic, except the echinacea, golden seal, poke root, and cayenne number 1018 antibio, golden seal is the only antibiotic I know of that doesn't interfere with your friendly bacteria. You take golden seal, it does not destroy your friendly bacteria. You take you take colloidal silver water, it's destroying some of the friendly bacteria. But golden seal does not. That's why antibio is a great natural antibiotic. Okay, now we know that the kidneys are having problems when there's prostate. And we're working, and we want to get a kidney bladder kit. So I go up on
Sorry, Dr. Truman,
Yeah.
I gotta leave, but to end this conversation, everybody can pray for everybody.
Yes.
Providential prayer comes from heaven.
Yes, that's for sure.
And yours too. That's why I keep coming. I ain't going nowhere until I get out of this body of mine. Prophet Elijah prayer. Everybody can pray for you. You don't know who to. Prophet Elijah, I will put that is a prophet. And I need to tell this to everybody.
And I'm glad you did.
You too.
I'm glad you did.
The people needs to understand that everybody can pray for everybody. I don't care what ministry I'm in, everybody can pray. You don't know who's who. But I'm going to tell you about Prophet Elijah. He's real and effective. And I need to share that. You two together, wow. That's all I can say. Thank you and kudos to both of you too. As one armed army. And I got to make some calls. Nice talking on this conference because I couldn't stop talking. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, but it happened because it's on God's time and not man's time. It needs to be said, these things that came out of me.
Yes. Well, thank you for doing that. Thank you for standing up. Thanks for standing up.
No, I was glad to do that. I wasn't going to do nothing. But hey, obedience is better than sacrifice. And everyone on this worldwide conference needs to hear the truth.
Yes.
Not the fact. A fact can change. It is the truth.
All praises. Okay, all praises to the Most High, Sister Barbara. I want to thank you again for standing up and saying the truth. And yes, we all love Prophet Elijah. He is the real deal. He is sincere. He don't get paid for anything for coming here and helping people. He's like me. We just come here and we help people. We offer our love and our prayers freely because it's a beautiful thing.
You two was called out together. You two. as one. It's both of you. It ain't one, it's both. Together, in unity.
Two is better than one.
Called out and sent out worldwide. Peace.
Okay. All praises to the Most High. Thank you, Sister Barbara. And thank you, Prophet Elijah. You know, everybody loves Prophet Elijah. I love Prophet Elijah because he just so sincere. He gives from his heart, spirit, mind, body. He just throws his body, mind, spirit at helping people, at guiding, you know, at being the prophet that he is. Yes, we love Prophet Elijah. And so we're talking about prostate. We've talked about the kidneys. Now there is a kidney bladder. There's a kidney bladder kit, and you need to know about it. So let's go over to the website betterhealthherbs.com and click and over in the search engine, let's click on kidney. KIDNEY. And I come over here and whoop, we're going to talk. Let's see, we're going to get. Yeah, but I want to go to here. Okay, now I'm on two different computers. Kidney. So I'm typing in the word kidney on the website, betterhealthherbs.com. And what comes up is a kidney cleanse kit. So it gives you the things that you need to cleanse and nourish the kidneys to support them. There it is. And below that, there's a gland rejuvenator, which also rejuvenates. See, the kidneys are glands. So now, if you're using the kidney cleanse kit and you're also using a gland rejuvenator, now you're working on all the glands at the same time. And that's a secret to the glands. The glands, if you got a thyroid gland problem, you got to work on the thyroid, but you got to work on all the glands at the same time because that thyroid has weakened all the other glands. So if you just work on the thyroid and ignore the rest of the glands, it's going to go slow and it may not go at all. But if you're working on the thyroid, the gland formula has a thyroid formula in it and all the other glands. So you're working on all the glands at the same time and you're working on cleansing the kidneys. Now you got a powerhouse making the kidneys happy. And you get back over to this prostate report. And you're looking at the prostate report. and you've got a kidney bladder report. And you're using to make lifestyle changes to build you up and strengthen your immune system and nourish you to where you could get over anything. Now you're developing an approach to working on the prostate problem. The next thing that we need to do is work on the liver, the blood, the digestive tract, because that's all working. That's the stomach. If there's any kind of stomach issues, let's clean it all out. With a colon and liver cleanser liquid, number 1078, and you take enough of that liquid, whether it's a teaspoon or a tablespoon, and what we're looking for is it's going to make the bowel movement soft. If a teaspoon makes the bowel movement soft, so soft when you flush the toilet, the bowel movement breaks up in a cloud, that's what you're looking for. The bowel movement has to break up, otherwise it's going through there too slow. And you're reabsorbing the toxins you're trying to get rid of. And and you've got constipation. If the bowel movement does not break up in a cloud when you flush the toilet, you are constipated. And if that colon and liver cleansing liquid, either a teaspoon or a tablespoon, not more than a tablespoon 3 times a day. Because if it takes more than a tablespoon 3 times a day, you are very constipated. And instead of a liquid that's we're going to take by the tablespoon, we're going to give you a special herbal tea called CACT. And CACT, you're going to brew it up and take it by the cup. Every morning, you're going to have 1 cup, 2 cups, whatever it takes to clean you out and get rid of the constipation. And what's going to happen with that CACT instead of the liquid that everybody else is taking, that tea is going to rebuild the peristaltic tone in your bowel. It's going to retone your bowel, rebalance your bowel, clean up the bloodstream, clean up the digestive tract, clean out the liver, and it's going to keep the bowel movement soft. You may take 1 or 2 tablespoons, or 1 or 2 cups, 16-ounce cups of this tea daily. After a very short time, maybe a week or 2, if you took you 2 cups of this CACT to get rid of the constipation, after a week or 2, you don't need 2 cups anymore. You just need 1. After another week or 2, you don't need 1 cup. You need half a cup. In other words, the CACT to get rid of constipation will retrain the bowel to go back to work again. And then you're going to need less and less and less. And then you don't need it anymore. It's not habit forming. You don't need it at all. And the bowel goes back to work again. And you're eating enough fruit. You're taking enough magnesium to keep the bowel movement soft. And maybe once or twice a year, every spring, every fall, you do a cleanse where you're taking either the liquid by the tablespoon or the CACT by the cupful if you have constipation. Then every evening, you're taking a special fiber that is also carrying an electric charge and sucking up all the toxins and heavy metals and everything into this bentonite clay and into this psyllium seed husk powder. And at the same time, it has all these super green foods: chlorella, spirulina, barley grass, wheatgrass, alfalfa, all kinds of nutrients, even seaweed in this special fiber with bentonite clay. And every evening, 2 hours before dinner, you get this special fiber with bentonite clay. You get this powder, and you got a glass of water, juice, or tea. You put a teaspoon, a tablespoon, or whatever, or 2 tablespoons, whatever amount of fiber that you need to thicken up the bowel movements. In other words, we're going to drive the bowel movements to where they're so loose with either the liquid or the tea, and you're taking the fiber powder at night, 2 hours before dinner. And you're taking just enough of a teaspoon, a tablespoon, not more than 2 tablespoons of that fiber to thicken up the bowel movement, where you don't have any, you don't have, the stool won't be too loose. And it'll absorb everything you're trying to get rid of. It'll take all the toxins, the heavy metals, the junk that you can't get rid of. That fiber powder, you need to drink it real quick after you put it in the glass. You put that fiber powder in the glass, you stir it up and drink it down real quick, because it turns into a gel. The gel goes through your body and is removing all the toxins, all the heavy metals. It's even taking the moisture out of your digestive tract. It's sucking everything up. Then after you've done that and it's gone all the way through the digestive tract and cleaned up the bloodstream, and then it's cleaned up the liver and cleaned up all the gunk and anything that's in the liver and goes to the bowel and cleans up the bowel, and out it goes. It's a gel. It just slides right out. You do that only for 2 weeks. That's a detox. And that's what, and when you got a prostate problem, you do a detox. You clean things up, clean things out, clean up the bloodstream, clean up the digestive tract, get things going again. And now, after a couple of weeks, you've already detoxed the body and you feel fantastic. And you've worked on your kidneys with the kidney, the cleanse kit. And you're taking some colloidal silver water all during this time. And then you find out that there are some particular herbs in a prostate support herbal tincture extract, and you click on it to see what it is. We're going to open the link in a new tab, and let's take a look at, see, so what herbs are in a prostate herbal tincture extract. Let's go over here and click on the prostate herbal tincture extract. We're opening the link in a new tab. And now, okay. And now we're looking at an herbal prostate formula called PRSTE. You see, you can't say prostate. The government won't let you have a label that actually says prostate on the label. Oh, no, no, no. Your government is not going to let you know. They're gonna make the manufacturer label it with something that makes no sense. So the prostate formula becomes labeled PRSTE. That's it. And if you can't figure that out, then, and that makes no sense to you when you're looking at that, that's exactly what the pharmaceutical industry, the FDA wants. That's exactly what they want. They don't want you to know that this formula exists or could help you. That's why it doesn't say prostate. Okay. What's in it? Organic pumpkin seed, pygeum bark, sapomoto berries, strawberry leaf, sassafras bark, sarsaparilla root, echinacea root, and garlic root. Those are infection fighters. Those are prostate herbs. And if you look each one of them up, you'll say, wow. And then you put them all together synergistically, they are greater than their single individual part. They become synergistically a powerhouse of particular herbs pointed directly towards the prostate. So now we're doing a number of different things for the prostate. You're taking about 30 drops 3 times a day of this herbal tincture formulation called PRSTE. I know that doesn't spell prostate. Government knows that doesn't spell prostate, and that's what they want to do to you. Everybody. They don't want you to have an option. They only want you to have a drug, and that's proof of it right there. Look at that label and look at the FDA, look at the pharmaceutical industry, and look at what they're doing to people. That's why I'm here, folks. And that's why they attacked me. So now it's getting back to prostate. We got a prostate. Now we've got a cleanse and a detox, and we're working on the kidneys, and we're working on a formula with a prostate tincture. And then if you've got inflammation of the prostate, then you're going to find that there's another tincture extract called nettle. Nettle tincture extract fights inflammation. And there's a kidney bladder herbal formula, or that's the kidney bladder report. So you could actually get into the kidney bladder report and see all the things if you needed more support for inflammation. There are anti-inflammatories in the kidney bladder report. There are herbs that are diuretics to help to push the water through there if the kidneys are too weak to do that. And we have people that get on that kidney system who come off of dialysis machines. That's right. Oh, yeah, I know. Medical doctors say, oh, you can't come off of a dialysis machine. Tell the people that did it they can't come off of a dialysis machine because they already did it. Because there are people that can, it may take 3 to 6 months. That's right. But if you're on dialysis and it took 3 to 6 months to get off of it, you'd be really happy you got off of it. Because all they can, you see, all you get when you're on dialysis is 1 quart of liquid a day. They don't let you have more than 1 quart. The kidneys become dependent on the dialysis, and it takes a little work to get you off of dialysis, but it happens all the time. And it starts with a marshmallow root tea. And that's all part of them, that kidney bladder kit is this marshmallow root tea. That 1 quart of liquid is all you get to have if you're on dialysis. That 1 quart would be 1 quart of marshmallow root tea. And you sip on it throughout the day and you're done with it for sure 2 hours before bed, because we don't want to be loading you up with fluids that are diuretics while you're trying to sleep. You'll have to get up and go to the bathroom all night. So we drink our liquids and stop drinking liquids. And if you're thirsty and you didn't drink enough liquids, well, then you're going to have to just go ahead and drink more liquids and then get up during the night. But if you're paying attention, you're going to try to get all of your liquids all drunk down. And maybe if you're still thirsty at 2 hours before bed, you can sip on some water. But if you've had plenty of liquids during the day, then you can sip on water. But if you haven't had enough liquids, you got to go ahead and have enough liquids, because it's more important for you to get those liquids than it is to get your sleep. So nettle leaf is anti-inflammatory, and there are a lot of anti-inflammatory herbs for the kidneys and for the prostate. And all of this, when there's, it can cause anxiety and stress and affect the brain function. However, there's something called GABA. The GABA stands for gamma amino butyric acid, GBA. And what it does, it gets rid of anxiety and stress, and it helps your brain work better. And it helps people with ADD, attention deficit disorder. GABA, very safe. All it is a food. It's an amino acid. You could eat the whole bottle, 100 capsules of GABA. All it is an amino acid. You'd be like getting 100, you'd just be wasting your food, the GABA, but the GABA is more than a food. But it's, what I'm trying to say, is harmless. You can't overdose on GABA. It's useful in enlarged prostate. The GABA is useful in enlarged prostate because it plays a role in the mechanism of regulating your sex hormones. And that's one of the reasons why it gets rid of anxiety, stress, is it calms everything down. and it regulates and balances things. GABA. And then the marshmallow root tea, it's listed right here, and it tells you how to make it. And it tells you about the kidney bladder formula that's going to help the kidneys as well. So you're taking this kidney bladder formula, number 1246, and you're drinking the marshmallow root tea for the kidneys, 1 quart, sipping on it throughout the day. And the kidney bladder formula and the prostate formula and any other formulas, you're taking about 30 drops 3 times a day under the tongue. Mix it with the enzymes, then swallow it. But the kidney bladder report has peach bark, marshmallow root, buchu leaf, corn silk, and echinacea. All of these herbs are kidney healers, kidney soothers. So now we're really working on that prostate by taking the pressure off the kidneys. If there's stones, there's a Stones Clear formula to get rid of the stones. If you need a calcium channel blocker, the herb kava 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 is so relaxing. It will stop the spasms related to kidney stones and will also relax the urethra so that it's not jumping around. Kava kava, if you needed it, otherwise don't take it. If you don't have stones, don't do the Stones Clear. But there is an herb called Schizandra berry that strengthens the digestive system. So if somebody's having stomach problems, then you're taking Schizandra berry, and Schizandra berry strengthens the digestive organs and the immune system, and it protects against free radical damage and viral and bacterial infections. And it's an herb called Schizandra berry, and you'd be taking about 30 drops 3 times a day. And if you really needed another diuretic to get those kidneys moving, watermelon seed. See, that's the reason why you go buy a watermelon. It doesn't have seeds anymore. Watermelon seeds are one of the greatest healers and diuretics for the kidneys. That's why it's not there. That's why you can't buy it anymore. We don't want the pharmaceutical industry to have to give you one of their diuretics. Yeah, they use warfare and things like that, which that's rat poison. Yeah, they use rat poison as a something if you need a diuretic. Shame on them. Where watermelon seed is the greatest natural diuretic, soothing, healing to the kidneys. So whenever I buy a watermelon, I'm looking for a watermelon with watermelon seeds in it, because I know those watermelon seeds are going to soothe and heal the kidneys. And if you've got a lot of inflammation going on in that kidneys and prostate, goldenrod is also anti-inflammatory. And so is celery and parsley. So you get a little. So if you want anti-inflammatories, diuretics, get more celery in your diet. Get more parsley in your diet. Eaten raw is a great diuretic. Cranberries can be consumed dried or in juice or juice blends. Cranberries, because they get rid of a kidney infection. Juniper berries are great for diabetics, and they're also a natural antibacterial, antiviral, diuretic, antiseptic. Juniper berries. The properties of juniper berries, Juniperus communis, lend themselves well to treat a variety of internal and external conditions, including the kidneys and the prostate. Juniper berries, and excellent for diabetes. Historically, juniper berries served as a treatment against infectious diseases as well as it aids in childbirth. Then there's red clover blossoms, because the red clover blossoms, well, they're absolutely wonderful. Red clover blossoms are considered to be one of the richest sources of isoflavones, which are water-soluble chemicals that act like estrogens, known collectively as phytoestrogens, meaning plant estrogens. Red clover blossoms is therefore used for hot flashes and flushes and PMS and breast enhancement and breast health, as well as lowering cholesterol. Yeah, red clover blossoms. It works on breast enhancement, breast health, as well as lowering cholesterol. And red clover blossoms, they're improving the urine production and improving circulation of the blood. And red clover blossoms help prevent osteoporosis. Red clover blossoms reduce the possibility of blood clots. And if there is blood clots, and a lot of people have clogged arteries, clogged veins, they want red clover blossoms. But they also want to know about an enzyme called nattokinase that's listed in the clogged arteries report. Yes, there's and I take all these things before I need them. I went through the nattokinase, which cleans out the clogged arteries. I took it just so in case as I'm aging, because I'm 81 now, and I've never cleaned my arteries out. I don't think I have clogged arteries, but nattokinase, red clover blossoms, those are the things that stop a stroke from happening. So, you don't have to wait till it happens. You say, hey, everybody in my family had a stroke. I'm probably next. Not if you know about nattokinase, not if you know about CoQ10, not if you know about red clover. Gets rid of clots, arterial plaques, and limiting the development of benign prostatic hyperplasia. Yes, red clover blossoms. That's for prostate, for kidneys. So, yeah. Oh, the mushrooms, another thing, eating mushrooms. That's one of the reasons why the Japanese are the oldest living nation on the planet. They eat mushrooms. That's right. Mushrooms keep you young. Eating mushrooms every week appears to lower the risk of prostate cancer, according to Newsweek, September 5, 2019. A study published in the International Journal of Cancer has correlated eating mushrooms with a significantly decreased risk of developing prostate cancer in middle-aged Japanese men. That's who they did the study with. Yeah, they don't have prostate cancer because they eat mushrooms and they live longer. They're the longest living people, Japanese. And one of the big reasons why they eat these mushrooms. So I made a special mushroom tincture called 4 mushroom. I started out with a 3 mushroom, became a 4 mushroom. Now it's a 5 mushroom. And you could even add a 6th to it. All these mushrooms, fantastic against tumors, fantastic against developing prostate cancer. So, and then there's a formula called CF. Well, it used to be called CF. But again, the government said, you can't say CF. People might figure out CF stands for cancer formula. Right, so it used to be CF. Now there's no name on that one. They chased around and changed the name on it so many times. It wound up, the CF cancer formula has no name. If they changed the name so many times, it became nameless. It's just a number. The cancer formula that has all the cancer herbs in one bottle that Sister Florenstein swears by because she had stage 4 cancer. They can't find it anymore. Ask her if she likes the CF formula. Only it's not CF anymore, it's just a number 1084. She says she will not ever be without her number 1084 because she don't have stage 4 cancer anymore. Okay. And one of the greatest anti-inflammatories on the planet is turmeric root. Turmeric root is how all these pyramids got built, because all of these slaves that built the pyramids ate a lot of turmeric root because it gets rid of inflammation. That's it. There's a lot more. There's a lot more zinc. You want zinc in your diet. You want magnesium. You want lots of minerals, flaxseed oil, garlic, lots of vitamin C, B complex, GABA. That's it. We've run out of time. We have gotten into this as deep as we can and gone as far as we could. Let's get back over to the room and let's get back to Prophet Elijah. And I want to thank everybody in the room. I want to thank everybody on YouTube. I want to thank everybody over there on Zoom. Thank you for listening. Please tell your friends about what we're doing here. We'll help them. Now, we have come to the top of the hour. Let's get over to Prophet Elijah. Prophet Elijah, my dear brother, out there in Pike Road, Alabama, at the Word of Life Ministry, and Prophet Elijah's telephone number is 334-868-3881. That's 334-868-3881 for Prophet Elijah. He'll be the best prayer partner you ever found. I can tell you that. He's my prayer partner. Prophet Elijah, are you there, brother?
Yes, sir. I'm here. You get a thorough service to everybody who was listening.
We got a lot of good information out about prostate and a lot more besides. My dear friend, we've come to the top of the hour. Could you please give us a closing prayer? Then we'll open up all the microphones over there in the dial pad meetings room, and those folks in the room there. We'll all open up all the microphones and praise the Most High together after your closing prayer, sir.
Yes, sir. But just as the body is a unity, it yet has many members, many parts, and all the parts, though many, form only one body. So it is with Christ, the Messiah, the Anointed One. 1 Corinthians 12:12. In Psalm 139, Psalm it says, the Most High has possessed our reins. He has covered us in our mother's womb. We praise you, for we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works. Our substance was not hidden from you when we were made in secret and curiously wrought in the lowest part of the earth. Father, your eyes did see our substance, yet being imperfect, and in your book all our memories were written when it was, and when as yet there was none of them. Most High, your creative intelligence fashion and molds the entire body. You who created the body also knows how to heal it. Furthermore, the books of Psalms states that your book, all our memories were written. Your book is the life principle where all of our organs are inscribed. I decree that the Most High, in his infinite wisdom, has fashioned all our organs, tissues, muscles, and bones. His healing powers saturates our soul, mind, and body, making us whole and perfect. We give thanks to you wonderfully for your works, Father, that our soul knows right well. Dr. Berst, you deserve to have everything your heart desires: happiness, success, perfect health, loving relationships, financial abundance, and peace in your mind are your birthright. Everything you need is there for the taking through prayer, meditation, and positive, consistently visualization and internalizing, seeing your heart desires. Your life will change. It will become the life that you have always longed for, always dreamed about. There are no limitations with what you can have, achieve, do, or be. Any limitation you see are only in your mind and should be eradicated. The sky is the limit. Make a promise to yourself that today, from this very moment, is the first day on your journey to total transformation. The time is now. Allow miracles into your life. Most High God, you are such a safe and powerful place to find refuge, to prove, and a proven help in times of trouble. More than enough, always available, whenever needed. So be it. Were you blessed by Discoveries of Health Ministry? If so, tell someone you know who may be blessed also. Providing the Father has worked in your body using these herbs right now. But bless Dr. Berst in return. Pray about sowing into this ministry so Dr. Berst may be able to keep offering this information freely like he did tonight on the prostate. Be ever so kind to let Dr. Berst know that his time is not used in vain. Show him your appreciation for all that he does, whether it is word or financial support. A workman is worthy of his hire, which is 2 hours of his time each week. Bless him, and you shall be blessed in return. So be it.
So be it. And thank you so much, Prophet Elijah. All praises to the Most High. Let us open up the microphones now in the room there. And folks over there on YouTube and Zoom, you can pray with us as well. We may not be able to hear you, but our soul can. So we're coming into the room here and we are going over and opening up all the microphones. And we are mute and unmute all of the microphones. And they are all unmuted now. All praises to the Most High, brothers and sisters. All praises to the Most High. Bless you.
Thank you, Lord, for a wonderful time. And thank you for Dr. Berst. He's just a beautiful man. Thank you for Prophet Elijah. Thank you for all the things you've created for us, Lord. We love you. Thank you for your salvation. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High. Thank you, Father.